Seniors, brace for a shock. Next year's Social Security increase looks good on paper, but most is already gone before it even hits your bank account. While Congress is proudly touting a 2.7% increase in Social Security cost of living adjustment, Medicare Part B premium is set to gobble up nearly half of that money with a staggering 11.6% premium increase. That means that the average retiree may see just $30 increase a month in their Social Security benefits, barely enough to keep up with the rising cost of groceries, medicine, utilities that never dropped back down after the pandemic. If you want to know why Social Security cost of living formula leaves seniors falling behind year after year after year, and what needs to change to finally tip the scales in your favor, keep watching because it's time to expose the truth about Social Security's broken promises regarding COLA. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I cover topics on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance issues, both in and out of Congress, that affect seniors. If you're new here, welcome. I am really happy you're here. Do me a favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, I am glad you are here. Now, here is the reality of what we are looking at when it comes to COLA. 2026 is projected to be 2.7%. The official number is coming on October the 15th, but based on expert prediction, this looks like where we're going to land. Now, I brought you numbers from the last 5 years to give you context for you to understand how COLA has slowly been stagnant while inflation has gone rampant. So, I am going to show you prices of goods and services that have increased since the pandemic that never went back down. And then I'm going to talk about how seniors have been impacted and why the government owes you $370 in Social Security increases. And then I'm going to talk about what needs to be done because something has to be done to change this system. Now, before I get any further, I launched something yesterday. I have a new podcast called Retirement Navigator. Why am I doing this? Well, a lot of you have told me that you do not come on YouTube or TikTok every day and that there's opportunity for you to listen to my content, but you are not coming on YouTube to do that. And so I decided to create a podcast to go deeper. Why is this podcast necessary? Well, it's supposed to help seniors that don't have multi-million dollar retirement nest eggs, seniors that have barely saved any money for retirement, that are trying to figure out how can they stretch their current Social Security, how can they stretch their current money that they have saved to be able to have a secure retirement. So if that is you, you can listen to my podcast on your walk, when you're cooking, when you're hanging out, when you're traveling. It's audio. And so you don't have to miss an opportunity to be able to go deeper with me on a lot of content that you guys care about. So I'm going to put the link to this podcast in the description below, in the comments. And if you're interested, the first episode has already been released. So check it out and let me know what you think. So now let's talk about COLA because this is a topic that is really dear to my heart because over the years I have learned one thing. Social Security cost of living has not kept up with inflation. That's a fact. And if you go back all the way to 2010, seniors have lost $370 in COLA increases. So what is behind all this? That is what I want to talk about today because the 2.7% Social Security cost of living adjustment will only raise the average monthly benefit for seniors by $50. That's a modest increase at best. Compared to recent benefits, that is very minimum. But on top of that, your Medicare Part B premium is going to go up by 11.6%. And the Medicare Part B premium is what is disturbing because even though the same government is giving you a 2.7% Social Security increase, they are now hitting you with a higher Medicare Part B premium. So, where am I getting my numbers from? Well, I am going to share my receipts with you in a second because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I like to show you where I'm getting my numbers from so that you can follow along. So, let me share my screen with you and I'll show you where I'm getting my numbers from. So, here is the COLA increase and the Medicare Part B premium. This is Kiplinger. Oh, it's not showing. So let me remove this and put this up on stage. Give me a second. So this is Kiplinger, and they are saying that what brace for higher healthcare costs in 2026 and looked at projected Medicare premium. So that is a scary title right there. And I'm going to take you to where they are talking about Medicare. It says Medicare premiums and deductibles typically increase annually. Part B premiums are expected to rise 11.6% in 2026, nearly double the 6% in 2025. Now, think about that. If Medicare Part B premiums are going to be doubled, then why is Social Security premiums, Social Security COLA increase not double? Because Social Security is going to go up by 2.7%. But last year went up by 2.5, and based on the Medicare premium, Social Security should be at least 5% easily. So that tells me that the government is robbing seniors blindly, because why is the same government telling you that you need to pay more for Medicare, but then they're giving you only 2.5% in Social Security cost of living adjustment? And so here's what's going on. In the end, you are going to gain only $30 increase. Why are seniors struggling? Well, despite overall inflation that the government claims has gone down, seniors are squeezed by higher costs in essentials from groceries to healthcare that never reversed after the pandemic. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that because there is data to prove that. So let's look at this together. So this is the cost of living adjustment, but let's go to prices of goods and services that went up but never came back down. 15 prices. Bread, eggs, and meat went up 12 to 15% since 2020. Gasoline, heating fuel up more than 30%. Utility bills up by $100 a month on average. Prescription drugs. Prescription drugs are up by 12%. At home care up by 13.9% in 1 year. 1 year. Medical premiums, I've already told you, is going up by 11% this year. Property taxes keep rising. Rents are up between 6 to 10% annually. Health insurance up 7.5%. Cleaning supplies, paper goods up 8 to 10%. Dining out up 7.2%. Groceries up 10%. Car repairs up 20%. Medicap, long-term care insurance up 8 to 12%. Transportation is up by $100 on average per month for seniors. So this is the backdrop of what seniors are facing when it comes to these costs. So let's look at how this is going to impact you in looking at COLA. So let me pull this up and then we can talk about it because I want to be able to share this with you. So, what is the problem? The problem is how COLA is calculated. Currently, COLA is calculated using what they call the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Well, those people are not the people on Social Security. Social Security is for seniors who are retired or semi retired, and the things that they care about or the things that affect them are not things that affect necessarily urban wage and clerical workers. So Social Security cost of living increases are based on CPIW index for urban workers, which often ignores real senior expenses. And then they look at averages for July, August, September each year, and then compare those goods and services to the previous year. And if there's an increase, then you get an adjustment. But the problem is that it does not match real inflation that seniors face. So Senior Advocate says this formula fails to track the rising cost of healthcare, housing, and daily goods faced by seniors. And then I have shared with you prices that went back up and never came back down for those 15 items. And so, why hasn't cola kept up? Because they're using the wrong inflation index. Healthcare is weighed too low. While healthcare is a major expense for seniors, it makes up just 7% of the CPIW, but is often 15 to 20% of real retiree spending. That is a major part of why we're where we are. Number two, housing is overlooked. Rising rents and property taxes hurt seniors directly, but the CPIW doesn't capture geographic spikes in seniors' living costs. And then year after year, seniors fall behind and COLA fails to make up the difference, causing cumulative losses. So, Congress has proposed two bills to fix this. There is the proposed bill will replace the CPIW with the CPIE. So there's the Social Security 2100 Act, a second bill aimed at raising the COLA by guaranteeing a minimum increase, which is what I'm excited about because there's two bills that are in Congress. One is the Fair COLA for Seniors Act. This bill will replace the CPIW with CPIE, measuring inflation for older Americans more accurately. And then there's the Social Security 2100 Act. A second bill aims to raise COLA by guaranteeing a minimum increase and tweaking benefit formulas for better coverage. There's bipartisan support for this. Policymakers on both sides of the aisle understand that the current COLA calculation is old and is not accurate. If passed, this bill would deliver higher COLA raises for millions of retirees and improve benefit security. So, advocates are also pushing for something that I'm really, really excited about, which is the minimum COLA, which is that they are pushing for a 3.5% minimum so that seniors will get meaningful increases every year, meaning that your cost of living adjustment would never go below 3.5%. Why is that important? Because over the last couple of years, there's been years where COLA has been 0%. Did you know that? COLA over the last 15 years, there's been years where COLA has been 0%. And that has impacted seniors more directly because that means that there are years where you get no Social Security increase. So let me pull this information up and then share it with you so that you can see how seniors have been robbed of some cost of living adjustment over the last decade or decade and a half. So I'm going to pull that up in a second and then show you what I mean by that. In the meantime, here's one big thing I want to emphasize with all of this. I think that the first thing Congress should do if they want to make things right by seniors, in addition to all the Social Security increases I've been talking about, is to fix COLA calculation. I think that is what has put seniors behind for years. And I think that until that is fixed, we're going to continue to experience what seniors are experiencing. So here is the COLA increases for the last 15 years. 2025, you see it was 2.5. And then 2021, it was 1.3, 2020, 1.3, 2019, 1.6. And then you look at 2016, 0%. 2015, 0%. 2014, 1.7. 2013, 1.7. So, and then 2011, 0%. So there's been years where seniors have gotten no increase at all. So why is that important? Well, as I mentioned, there's been a study that has been done by the Senior Citizens League that says that if you track all the way till 2010, seniors are owed $370 for COLA being behind real inflation that seniors are facing. So let's talk about catch up. A permanent floor helps offset the years when COLA lag behind real senior expenses. So to fix this, putting in 3.5% minimum for COLA means that years when seniors, have fallen behind, this can help catch you up. So advocates are getting involved and they want the COLA formula changed. They want Medicare increases to slow down, and they want transparency in how COLA is calculated so that seniors know exactly what is being considered in calculating their cost of living adjustment. And for seniors that are on fixed income, COLA is the most important increase they get, because when you're fixed income, $50 and $100 is a big gap. If you're getting $100 increase, that is, it may not be the end of the world, but it's at least better than getting $50 a month increase in your benefits. And so that is what seniors are advocating for, and that is what they would like to see. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And I also want to invite you to check out my new podcast, because this is where I'm going to be going deeper into some of these topics and bringing you updates and topics and experts in these fields that can help you maximize your social security benefit. If you've heard retirement advice and you're like, well, that is good, but what about me? Because a lot of retirement experts only talk to people who have saved millions and millions of dollars in their portfolios, and they only speak to those people. But what about the seniors that have saved $10,000 for retirement? What about the seniors that have saved only $50,000? How can they maximize and stretch their money to last 20, 30 years, which is how long retirement is lasting right now? What about senior care? How do you navigate long-term care? How do you navigate, you know, being able to, maximize taxes to help you save even the littlest of money? How do you get on Medicare without getting ripped off? All these things are things that I want to go deeper on this podcast. And the best thing is that you can just listen to it on your walk, when you're cooking, when you're hanging out, when you want to burn some time at the airport. You have an opportunity to listen to an audio podcast, and my guests that I'm going to bring on, who are experts in their own right in retirement, that are going to give you tips for people with real income and real budgets, not the multi-million dollar assumptions that financial and retirement experts like to talk about. So I welcome to you. I'm going to put the link in the comments and in the description. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and wherever you listen to your podcast. So the link to the YouTube channel is going to be in the comment section and in the description to this video. So if you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, I hope you got value out of this and that you will continue to support this channel, because all I bring you is the latest news and update. Anything in and out of Congress that's going to affect your benefits, I'll be the first to bring it to you. So thank you for hanging out with me this Sunday night, and happy Labor Day tomorrow. And see you guys tomorrow and on Tuesday.